signs, out with the old, in with the new.
Hi, I'm Casey Miller. I'm a senior on the Bucknell women's rowing team, and this is 5 questions with. I think was one of the best races like I've had since I've started rowing, and I've been rowing since 7th grade. And it was really nice to like work towards a goal and have everybody in that boat work towards the same goal and want it as much as we as wanted as much as I did, and to have our coach also really want it for us. And so training with them, like putting the work in every day, it was like incredible to see that really pay off, especially because we hadn't been necessarily being where we wanted to be at in the beginning of all of our races, like previously to that race. And so when we like won that, when we got second in that race and by like 0.1 or whatever it was, we actually thought we got like last. So we were we were so happy when we like saw our coach, and like it was just an incredible experience also to just like be with people who were just as excited about it as I was. So a lot of things go through my mind. Usually depends on the piece we're doing. If it's steady state, after a while, we do tend to lose our focus, but our coach is really about focus. So where you are reminded of it. So when you're reminded of it, then it kind of helps you. And so what I like to think about is just my stroke and what I can do to make that boat better. And so basically if you look at the person in front of you and you kind of just zone in, and we call it kind of like tunnel vision. And so what I do is I just think about that, and I just think one stroke at a time over and over, and as you like break the stroke down in your mind. And so then that's what I think about, just each part of the stroke over and over and over again. Doing like a lot of research, and a lot of my classes are like applying your research techniques and actually putting them in action. And so I really would love to go into some kind of like I think like filtration is really interesting, or even just developing vaccines is something that's really interesting too. But I genuinely think I want to go into um, like filtering water or something, clean water, and helping in that kind of sense. I think just pushing forward and doing what you want to do is important. And I actually something that my coach told me. My coach told me a lot of things, but I think one of the biggest things that have stuck with me is that like it doesn't matter what other people think. What matters is what you want, and at the end of the day, like that's what's important. And just like keep sticking with that, and you just have to do what's best for you. I kind of think it's like an art, but I'm trying to, because yeah, I'm gonna go with art, like an artist. I don't know, yeah, art. Because rowing is, it's gonna sound sappy, but rowing is kind of like when you're on the water. I think it's something, it's just, it's so different from any other sport, and it requires so, like your technique has to be on it. And there's so many little things. And at the end of the day, when like you take that perfect stroke, it truly is something that's like beautiful. And like I personally, I could, but that I'm biased, and like I could watch someone take that stroke over and over again, and like even just listening to every like roll of the seat, the click of the oar, like the backsplash of your blade going into the water, is pretty like incredible to me.